Hello everyone, I hope you're having a beautiful day today. We are going to do a natal chart reading for the United States for this upcoming full moon that we have that's going to be on the 10th of September 2022. I think, what does this say? 5:58. Is that AM or PM? Let's find out. 9:58 a.m. 9:58 a.m. is going to be the exactitude of the full moon. So right now, as I'm recording this, it is the 7th. So I'm going to kind of show like where a little bit of like where things are now and then where they're going to be. Actually, let's just do it for the full moon. Let's just do it for the full moon so we can just show where the planets and everything are going to be. So right now we have the natal chart for the US down. So we've gone over this numerous times where these planets are. This is basically when we were born, July 4th, 1776 at 5:10 in the afternoon. 5:10 p.m. Yes, so 1710. These were the planetary alignments over here in the house structures. So I've gone over these a bunch of times. You know, our sun is in Cancer in our 7th house of relationships. So we really identify, and like our ego draws us to our partnerships and our pairings. And, you know, who are we if we're not running the whole show? And, you know, this is at the last degree of the 7th house. So it's like, we really, like, some of our work in this world is going to be just like, it's totally okie dokie if we're not friends with everybody. You're fine. We don't have to be friends with everybody. We don't have to stay all together as 50. We can just kind of like, we can be. It's good. Because the Venus-Jupiter conjunction when we were born, that honestly kind of to me is like, remember the dude in high school that like always was like the cutest kid, could always get the girl or the guy and just like always had, but maybe wasn't really that great in bed? Because you didn't have to be. Didn't have to be. That's kind of like natally a little bit about that. Then, you know, big 3, the moon is in Aquarius. So our intuition is very like, we want everybody intuitively to be treated the same and paid the same and everything. Like that was the foundation of why we came here in the first place, and kind of got a little fucked up. And our rising is in Sag. So the mask that we wear to the world, or also like the lessons that we're here to learn, is being a little bit adventurous and just like shooting our shot, going for it. Shoot for the stars. Shoot your motherfucking shot. All right, let me pull this up. Okay, so on the 10th of September, we are going to have the sun, this is the sun in the sky, is going to be at 17 degrees of Virgo. So that's going to be in our 9th house of quest and adventure, long distance travel, higher education. This is mutable fire energy. This is a Sag run house. So positive, mutable fire energy. We want to go big. We want to shoot for the stars. We want to have like, we want to do the things. We're going back to school. We're making our goals. We're doing like setting for success. And the top of our chart, this is our more public life. This is our safety, where we feel at home, and our cultural family roots down here. This is our collaborative side, where we do things as a team. And over here, this is where we do things on our own. So definitely like right off the bat, the sun has already transited a lot of this like excitement over here. So we're going to have the sun coming up to transit our natal Neptune, our natal Poseidon in the sky. Definitely a big, deep transformer. So that's not going to come up for a little bit. That placement is not until 22 degrees of Virgo. So we've got some time. So what are we going to be doing for a full moon? We're going to be purging old belief systems. So we're going to be purging old belief systems of, can I do this? Well, pardon me. Like, it's not going to be purging up here. It's going to be purging down here. But when the sun's in the sky, basically, this is what's being highlighted. The sun in the sky is a bit of our like lighthouse, We have all these areas that we can focus on and all these areas that we need to tend to. But the sun is saying, like, maybe look at school, maybe look at big goals, maybe look at adventures and big dreams. Do you want to have a big holiday? When do you want to do it? When do you want to go? Plan some yearly goals. I personally, for my team and my flock, I'm not recommending doing the 5-10 year goals right now. I think that things are a little bit too volatile. But if you really want to do some accessible things, look at a year, look at 2 years. Like, obviously, if we're purchasing a house or something like that, like, that's a big 5-10 year goal. But like, the world's on fire and it's changing so quickly, at least in my understanding and perspective. So just like a year or 2 years, because when you set those types of big goals, it can happen instantly. It can happen in a month. So the moon is going to be a directly opposition of that because it's a full moon. So that's going to be in Pisces. So let me grab the moon in my magic bag. This is the moon, and that's going to be in our 3rd house of communication, early childhood understanding, language, connection, and networking. Okay, so this is huge. This is like really from now until, like, I'm going to post this video ASAP, until Saturday. Really look at, like, what can I let go of as far as communication is concerned and the way that I communicate, the way that I express myself. Because for us, for the US, like, granted, I see this line is really meant to be the base of the chart, but for the US, this house is just completely on the bottom, and this sun, it's basically like the sun is at the very tippity top of the chart and the moon is at the very, very bottom of the chart. So please really let go of any belief systems, any fears of, like, safety and being able to properly articulate yourself and communicate in ways that feel good to you. Like, this house is about early childhood understanding. When we first said, fuck, is the analogy I like to give. Was it, what is fuck? And then mom slapped you across the face and was like, don't fucking say that word. Or was it like, fuck, dear, is this, that, and the other thing? Like, where did we learn our boundaries of where it's okay that we express ourselves? And then where were we kind of like shown, okay, that's enough expression. That's enough. Keep it boundaried, keep it in. Let go of that. You're not a kid anymore. You're not, just figuring out how to communicate. You can articulate yourself. You can say, I don't like that. No, thank you. That's not for me. I want to do something different. I have a bigger goal. I have something better to do. A lot of what we go through as star seeds and as light workers or as forward thinkers and entrepreneurs is that we tell, our parents or, the people that taught us our foundational skills, we say, thank you for teaching me these skills, but I'm actually going to do things differently. I know that, you've told me I got to hustle hard and I'll get that 401k and that 9 to 5, but I'm actually going to dance on TikTok and I'm going to make millions of dollars. Both of those are options. So which one would you like? You can have either. That's an option. That's an option. So Mercury, let me get Mercury, where are you? So this is my Mercury in the sky. Mercury is going to be in Libra at 8 degrees, and that is going to be in our 10th house, not hitting Saturn, not hitting our natal Saturn yet, but that will be coming up. So Mercury is at the tippity top of our chart. I'll put this over like this so you can see. And this is about career, public image, reputation, mission, highest aspirations. This is Capricorn energy. With Mercury and Libra, we can definitely see both sides to every coin, and then we really recognize that it is just a coin. Mercury is going to be stationed retrograde, so we're going to be going into a retrograde. Like, as far as what messages are you not listening to from your guides? Like, you don't have to do what, you're told to do. No one's in charge of you, like, ever. Like, not a boss, not a parent. Like, you are responsible for yourself. So you can say no, and no is a complete sentence. Like, no is a complete sentence. So look at that during this retrograde and really look at, like, where have I said no and set boundaries and set structures for, like, me living my best professional mission. Like, this isn't just about a job. This is like your mission, your calling. Are you doing that? And granted, honest to goodness, like I've done a bunch of readings right now that like sometimes people's callings is not this like hustle hard, do it, fucking A, like grind. It's like go outside and sit and breathe, because you're a very important being in your community and you need to rest. So this is for my leaders out there. Are you resting? Are you taking a fucking rest day? All right. This is Venus in the sky. This is some emerald, and I like to think of the Emerald City as home, and just Venus is just so lovely. So Venus is in Virgo during this full moon at 6 degrees. So that is going to be in our 9th house. So we've got some really auspicious, lovely energy, you know, going towards our long distance travel, adventure, higher education, quest. It's the quest. What do you want to do? Do you need, like, if you need to ask for help, if you need to, you know, get advice, if, you know, you need a mentor, like this is your time. Tell the universe what you need. And if you don't have the specificities of it, just say like, you know, the people that are meant to help me educate myself effortlessly find me. My team is, you know, right with me here and now. It's cool stuff. It's cool stuff. So Pluto, our little, you know, Christmas critter that's just fucking shit up for us, is, you know, right over here. Oh, pardon me, is right over here, conjunct our natal Pluto. So all, you know, this is, I'm just going to say this very, very generally and, you know, without pomp and circumstance, because we've all, you know, if you're here with me and you have been here with me and you're on the path, like you've been doing things to take care of yourself and to take care of your family, and you're, you know, in certain uncertainty, what is safety? So this fucker is conjunct our natal Pluto. So it's just like complete uncertainty at all times. And this is happening for everybody in the United States. This is could like affects the world. The last time historically we had this transit was the fall of the Roman Empire. And this takes a long time. You know, we're having an exact conjunction because Pluto's retrograde. We'll have another exact conjunction later on this year. I think it's December, I want to say, but don't quote me on that. But just know that that's there. I'm just going to put out all of our retrograde heavy hitting outer planets right now for this. Neptune is in Pisces at 24 degrees. So that's over here. That definitely, you know, Pisces is our Poseidon in the sky. It's, you know, like a tidal wave of emotion, but also Neptune and Pisces, so much water energy, can be very imaginative. Like this is also going retrograde. So it's kind of like those rose colored glasses that Neptune and Pisces normally has are being ripped off of us. So really, like, this is a deep dive into trauma. This is a deep dive into like, oh shit, I was actually slapped when I said, what does fuck mean? That sucked. That was shitty. That is not how I should have learned that word was inappropriate, when it was really just a noise that I made out of my mouth. That's Neptune retrograde in Pisces in the 3rd house right there. So look at maybe like 1 or 2 little traumas that you want to just look at. Just look at it. Just look at it and say, wow, that sucked. That happened to me and that really sucked. That happened to me and that really sucked. All right, let's get Saturn. This is my onyx. It's the Capricorn. Saturn is a Capricorn planet and onyx is a Capricorn stone. So I'm really excited about this guy over here. Saturn's in Aquarius at 20 degrees. Oh. That is in the 2nd house. This is our house of money, access to resources, pentacles, what is mine, like what we value. And these are retrograde. Like really look at what you value and why. I think I said in one of our last videos, like if you want to be a multi-millionaire, that's awesome. That's like, if you just need to live your best life with that, then that's amazing. Then that is what you value and why. But definitely, like, we're service-minded people. So if like you living your best life is you living on a lily pad and just expressing love and radiating that love to the entirety of the planet, that's giving back. If you need millions of dollars to do that, fucking manifest that shit. But if you want millions of dollars to say fuck you to everybody else around you, that is not the vibe. That is not the vibe. That is not the vibe. Uranus, I left everything in the box. Let's see. Uranus. Is it Mars? That's it. Okay. Mars is in Gemini right now, and Mars will be at 11 degrees of Gemini. Oh my God. This is going to be interesting. This Mars transit is going to be, oh my God, literally on our descendant sign. So our descendant sign is, you know, the cusp of the 7th house, which is obviously the most important house that we have as the US. And so the descendant sign starts at 11 degrees of Gemini, and Mars will be at 11 degrees of Gemini for this full moon. What does that mean? Mars is our aggressive planet, our assertion, our divine masculine, how we put ourselves out there into the world. In Gemini, very intellectual. I want to, like, I'm going to tear you down with my knowledge. I'm going to, you know, Mars and Gemini, we're very quick to yell and express ourselves. And, you know, road rage is a real thing. Like, this is Mars. He's here to fuck shit up. He's really here to fuck shit up. And, you know, we're going to be coming into a Mars return, which is when Mars is in the same point in the sky that it was when we were born, US. So inherently, our Mars and Gemini, we're a little, and in our 7th house, like Gemini Mars, we're a little fucking kinky, by the way, also. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying that. We're a little freaky freaks. We're a little freaky freaks. Oh, and Venus is in Cancer. But like, in a fun way. In a great way. We like intellectual stimulation. We like people around us that can keep up with us. So if there's someone that you want to tell them that you like them, tell them. If there's someone that you want to divorce. If somebody's meant to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. If someone's not meant to be in your life, let them go with God. Let them go with God. For the love of God, don't judge yourself. Just let them go, because you keeping this person in your life when they're 10 out of 10 builds the vibration of connecting with someone who's 10 out of 10. You keeping someone in your life that's 6 out of 10, you're also 6 out of 10 for them. So don't think that like you're not the right puzzle piece they're not the right puzzle piece for you is meaning that they're not the right puzzle piece for you. Or you know what I mean? You are not their puzzle piece and they are not your puzzle piece. So why are you keeping them in your life? Fear of what? Having the conversation, it's going to happen. Oh, and when Mars is conjunct natal Mars, healthy aggression. Anger is good, just express it in a healthy way. Physical exercise, kickboxing, bumping uglies, safely, you know, start a fight club with some friends, whatever it is that you need to do to safely get out a lot of physical energy. We're going to have a lot of physical energy just kind of like bubbling over. Woo, spicy. This is Jupiter in the sky. It's so pretty. Jupiter's going to be at 5 degrees of Aries in our 4th house of house and home. Again, we're going to be retrograde here. So really, okay, let's see. What does housing mean to you? What does safety mean to you? What is home, your little pocket of the world? What matters? A lot of starseeds and a lot of light workers are being asked to relocate on this planetary grid as of right now. So if you feel like moving, now's the time to think about it and really like, what was I saying in a reading yesterday? The space that you take up, the space that you live in, like my apartment, when I was, manifesting moving here, I would sit with the vibration of the air that's moving around in this space right now. And I would feel it welcoming me. I would feel connecting to it, because the place that you're meant to take up, the space on this planet that you're meant to take up, is actively calling to you. It's actively calling to you. So if you feel as though it's time to move, maybe really draw the apartment. It works, I'm telling you. I was doing a party last night, a tarot party, and 3 people that were there and then myself all drew out the space that we live in, and we all were able to manifest it. So I'm just telling you that it works. I'm just giving you tools that are very accessible. So just draw pictures of the house that you live in, or that you want to live in, where you know that you need to move to. This is Uranus in Taurus. This is also retrograde, 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 full moon, retrograde, retrograde, retrograde. The bottom of our fucking chart, this is our inside. This is our safety, where we feel safe. This is internal. This is public life. This is personal life. Every single planet down here is retrograde. We are feeling as though our internals are getting rocked. Our DNA is getting upgraded. We're upgrading as human beings. This is, all like, think of the R words. I think of, boating. I live in Gloucester. Red right returning. Like, go back, go inside, look at yourself, look at why. Why did I communicate this way? Why is this safety to me? Is this actually what safety means to me? Is this really what I want? Is this the education? Is this the future that I want? Purge those motherfucking belief systems. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Chiron, our wounded healer, we are coming up to a Chiron return. Chiron's at 20 degrees Aries here. Chiron is retrograde at 15 degrees Aries. So we will eventually have to deal with something that we did wrong as far as like house and home and safety, cultural family roots. We've talked about this before, US. It's not your fault. But we have to look at the trauma. We have to look at the collective trauma of what we did and just look at it. We can't go back, but we can do things differently moving forward. Last one, the North Node in the sky, our collective destiny. The North Node has been in Taurus and will continue to be in Taurus. What house are we in? What house are we in? What house are we in? Sorry, everybody. That's at 21 degrees of Taurus. The 6th house is at 21. Okay, so we are in the 5th house. Play, fun, creativity, joy-filled space, kiddos if you want them, childlike spirits if you don't, confidence. Where can we be confident? Where is our special needed on this planet? We need you. South Node's in the 11th house of community. You're not meant for everybody. Let go of the people that are not meant for you. Don't hoard them, and don't compartmentalize. If you have to compartmentalize to be around somebody, don't be around them. Love them from a distance. Say, I love you from here because this is how much I have to offer to you. I love you so much that I have to set a healthy boundary with you. Cool. What questions do you have for me? Internals are getting rocked. This is a full moon, so do not manifest. Do not attempt to. This is volatile energy. Purge belief systems. Shake, rattle, and roll. Clear your crystals under the full moon. Dance naked under the full moon. Dance naked at home. Have healthy sex. Start a fight club. What's your community like? Mars is going to be in Gemini for 8 months. Buck up. Buck up. This is going to be like your relationships. If you're not trusting your intuition, Mars is going to explode something. Like, just be like, poof, this person just said something that you really disagree with, and you have a completely different view of them now, and you feel like you never knew, or you feel like you knew them, but now you don't know them anymore. Neptune is in Pisces retrograde. We've taken the rose-colored glasses off and we're seeing things clearly. Yay! Have fun out there, kids. Happy full moon. I'm here if you need anything. Love ya.